Hello, welcome to English Session. Welcome back, my dear English learners. I am Mike, and with me today is Eliza, and we are very happy to practice English with you. In today's podcast, we are going to talk about a beautiful topic, how to talk about your dreams in English. This topic is important because many people carry a dream quietly inside them, but they never say it out loud. They think, maybe this dream is too big. They think, maybe people will laugh. They think, I should be realistic instead. So the dream stays hidden year after year, and it slowly starts to feel more like a fantasy than something real. If this happens to you, do not worry. You are not alone. Many people feel this way. They say, I have a dream, but I never talk about it. They say, it feels embarrassing to say what I really want. They say, life is busy, so I push my dreams aside. This is very common, but the good news is this. You can learn to talk about your dreams clearly, and something powerful happens when you do. Speaking a dream out loud makes it feel real, and a dream that feels real is much easier to work toward. And while you learn this, you will also practice your English speaking with us. Eliza, can you tell everyone why putting a dream into words actually matters so much?
I would love to, Mike. Think about a dream sitting only inside your mind. It is soft, it is unclear, and it can change shape every day like clouds. But the moment you put it into words, something shifts. Think about a blueprint for a house. Before a house is built, it exists only as an idea in someone's imagination. But once someone draws the blueprint with lines, rooms, and measurements, the house becomes something real that people can actually build. Talking about your dream is like drawing the blueprint. The dream does not become true immediately, but it becomes clear, and clear things are much easier to build than foggy ones. When you say, I dream of traveling the world, or I dream of starting my own business, you are drawing the first line of your blueprint. And every time you say it again, the lines become clearer and the dream becomes a little more real. Mike, why don't you walk us through the first step to start talking about our dreams?
Gladly. The first step is to say one dream out loud, even if it feels small or even if it feels very big. Do not wait until it feels perfect or realistic. Just say it. I dream of opening my own cafe. I dream of learning to paint. I dream of visiting Japan one day. I dream of writing a book. Saying it out loud, even alone in your room, is the first act of making it real. The second step is to describe why this dream matters to you. A dream without a reason can feel weak, but a dream with a reason feels strong. Say, this matters to me because it makes me feel alive. Say, this matters to me because I want to prove to myself that I can do it. Say, this matters to me because it would make my family proud. When you connect your dream to a feeling, it becomes much more powerful and much easier to talk about with confidence. Eliza, what's step 3?
Step 3 is to break your big dream into one small next step. A dream can feel too big to talk about when it feels far away, but a small step feels close and possible. Instead of saying, I want to become a doctor, which can feel huge, say, my next step is to study for 1 hour today. Instead of saying, I want to build a successful business, say, my next step is to write down one simple idea this week. Talking about the next step instead of the whole mountain makes your dream feel achievable, not overwhelming. Step 4 is to talk about your dream in the present tense sometimes, as if it is already happening. This is a technique many successful people use. Instead of only saying, I want to be confident, say, I am becoming more confident every day. Instead of only saying, I hope to travel more, say, I am planning my next trip. Speaking this way trains your brain to believe the dream is already in motion, not just a distant wish. Mike, tell us about step 5.
Step 5 is to share your dream with someone you trust. This can feel a little scary because sharing a dream makes it feel very real, and real things can be judged. But sharing a dream with the right person creates support and accountability. Say, I want to tell you about something I've been thinking about. Say, I have a dream and I'd love your support. The person does not need to solve anything. They just need to listen, and that alone makes the dream feel less lonely. Step 6 is to talk about obstacles honestly, but reframe them as part of the journey, not as reasons to stop. Do not say, "This is impossible because of my situation." Say, "This is challenging because of my situation, but I can find a way." Do not say, "I don't have time for this." Say, "I don't have much time right now, but I can start small." Talking about obstacles honestly, without giving up hope, keeps the dream alive, even when the path is difficult. Aliza, what's our last step?
The seventh and final step is to celebrate progress out loud, however small it is. Many people wait to celebrate until the dream is fully finished, but that can take years, and silence for years can make a dream feel forgotten. Instead, say small celebrations along the way. I finished the first page of my book today. I saved a little money toward my trip this month. I practiced my new skill for 30 minutes. Saying these small wins out loud keeps your motivation alive, and it reminds your brain that the dream is moving forward, one small piece at a time. These 7 simple steps, but together they turn a quiet, hidden dream into something spoken, shared, and slowly real.
Now let's meet 3 people who use these steps to talk about their dreams. Aliza, want to start us off?
Sure, Mike. First, imagine Farah from Morocco. Farah dreamed of opening a small bakery for many years, but she never told anyone because it felt too big and maybe a little silly. One day, she decides to try one small thing. At dinner with her family, she simply says, "I dream of opening a small bakery one day." Her family is surprised but supportive, and one of her cousins even offers to help her find a small space to start. Saying the dream out loud after years of silence was the first real step toward making it happen. Mike, tell us about Tomas.
Now imagine Tomas from Portugal. Tomas dreamed of becoming a photographer, but the dream always felt far away and unclear, so he starts talking about it differently. Instead of saying, "I want to be a great photographer one day," he starts saying, "My next step is to take one good photo this week." Each week, he talks about his one small step with a friend. After a few months, he has a small collection of photos, and for the first time, the dream feels close instead of impossible. Aliza, and what about Priya?
Now imagine Priya from India. Priya dreamed of traveling and speaking confident English, but she was afraid people would judge her dream as unrealistic. So she chooses one trusted friend and finally shares her dream with her. "I have a dream, and I want to tell you about it," she says. Her friend listens, and instead of judgment, Priya receives encouragement and even a few helpful tips. After that conversation, the dream feels lighter, less lonely, and much more possible. These 3 people used different techniques, but the goal was the same: turn a quiet dream into spoken words and turn spoken words into real steps. Mike, let's talk about a common mistake people make with this idea.
Good idea. Many people believe their dream must sound realistic or perfectly planned before they are allowed to talk about it. But dreams do not need to be realistic yet. They only need to be honest. Do not say, "I can't talk about this until I have a perfect plan." Say, "I can talk about this dream now, even without knowing every detail yet." And that brings up an important balance, too. Talking about your dream is not about impressing others or bragging. It is about clarity, honesty, and connection. Do not say, "I need to make this sound impressive." Say, "I just need to say it clearly and honestly." Aliza, what about the people around us?
That's such an important point, Mike. The people you share your dreams with can either water them like flowers or step on them like weeds. Choose carefully who you talk to about your biggest hopes. This does not mean you must hide your dream from everyone else. It means being thoughtful about who you open up to first, especially in the early, fragile stage of a dream. On top of that, your environment matters too. Small reminders help keep a dream alive in your daily life. Write your dream on a small note. Keep a photo or image that represents it somewhere visible. Talk about it out loud, even briefly, every few days, so it stays present in your mind instead of fading into silence. Mike, let's cover some useful vocabulary for our listeners.
Great idea. Some useful active words for this topic are dream, goal, hope, passion, and vision. Use them in your own sentences. I have a dream of starting my own project. My goal this year is to learn something new. I hope to travel to a new country soon. I am passionate about music. I have a clear vision for my future. Using these words often makes them automatic in your speaking, just like a dream becomes automatic in your thinking the more you talk about it. Eliza, let's practice a sentence expansion chain with our listeners.
Let's do it. Start with I dream of. Expand it. I dream of traveling. Expand again. I dream of traveling to new places. Expand again. I dream of traveling to new places and meeting new people. Let's try another one. Start with my next step is. Expand it. My next step is small. Expand again. My next step is small but important. Expand again. My next step is small but important, and I am ready to take it. Mike, let's lead everyone through a repeat after rest practice.
Let's do it. Listen carefully and repeat each sentence out loud with us. I have a dream. I am working toward it. One step at a time. My dream is possible. I believe in myself. This simple repetition helps these sentences feel natural in your own voice, and it helps your brain start to believe them too. Eliza, let's do a quick question and answer practice for our listeners.
Sure thing. Question 1. What is one dream you have, big or small? Answer. I have a dream of learning a new skill. Question 2. What is one small next step you can take this week? Answer. My next step is to spend 15 minutes practicing. Question 3. Who is someone you trust that you could share this dream with? Answer. I could talk to a close friend or a family member. Question 4. How do you feel when you say your dream out loud? Answer. It feels a little scary, but also exciting. Now, Mike, let's show our listeners a real short conversation between the two of us.
Sounds good. Eliza, can I tell you about a dream I've been thinking about?
Of course, I'd love to hear it.
I've been dreaming about writing my own book someday.
That's wonderful. What's your first small step?
I think it's just writing one page without worrying if it's perfect.
I really believe you can do that. Mike, why don't you close us out with a simple daily plan?
Happy to. Let's build a simple daily plan to talk about your dreams more often. In the morning, say your dream out loud in one sentence before you start your day. In the afternoon, take one small step toward it, even a tiny one. In the evening, share your progress with someone, even a short message. At night, picture your dream clearly for 1 minute before you sleep. This simple plan is simple, but if you repeat it daily, your dream will feel closer, and so will your speaking confidence. Eliza, can you recap everything for us?
Of course. Let's review quickly. Say one dream out loud, describe why it matters to you, break it into one small next step, speak about it sometimes in the present tense, share it with someone you trust, talk about obstacles honestly without giving up, celebrate progress out loud. These 7 steps turn a quiet dream into something spoken, supported, and slowly real. Before we finish, do one small exercise right now. Say one dream out loud in English right now, wherever you are. I dream of. My goal is. I hope to. This small practice can help you begin today.
Thank you for listening to English Session.
I am Eliza.
And I am Mike, and we are very happy you practiced with us today.
Keep dreaming, keep speaking, keep taking one small step at a time.
See you in the next podcast.